Hello, this is Christy with KBShimmer. I am going to show you today a one color In The Pot Swirl. I'm going to be making my lavender soap today. In the pot I have all my melted oils and butters along with my fragrance. I like to add the fragrance before I separate any colors for swirling, as it's one more thing I don't have to do later. I have also got my lye mixed up. I've got some colors that I've pre-dispersed in a little bit of my soaking oils. I've got white, which is going to be my swirl color, and I've got some purple, which is going to be the base of the rest of the soap. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I like to strain all my oils, my lyes, my butters, just because sometimes, especially with the lye, you can get little undissolved particles, and that's never a good thing in your soap. I just am scraping out any last bits that might be hanging out in my lye. Okay. We can move that out of the way. And I'm just going to start by stick blending. You can see already that the soap is starting to emulsify. The oils and lye are starting to emulsify. At this point, the soap is pretty much emulsified, meaning there's no lye left over in there. I can tell because the soap is nice and shiny, and it all seems to be one color, kind of an opaque mixture now. This is not really at trace. You can see if I drizzle the soap back across itself, it's not really leaving any lines. But that's okay because we're going to stick blend the soap more once we add color. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour off a portion of my soap into my white, my swirl color. And this looks like a lot, but I'm doing 2 logs here. And I'm going to just stick blend that until that's all mixed. And I like to get all the way to the bottom to make sure that I've got everything mixed thoroughly. So I'm just going to set that off to the side and bring this back over. And now I'm going to add my purple color. Purple is sometimes a hard color to work with. If you use too little purple, you can end up with kind of a pukey gray color. So with micas and oxides and ultramarines, it's pretty much true to color. What you see in the pot is what you're going to get. So I'm going to add my purple color. Stick blend until I have a nice purple. And by doing this mixing of the colors, I'm helping to bring the soap a little farther along too, a little bit closer to trace. I'm aiming for a light trace where the soap just leaves a line across the surface when drugged back over. Okay. Almost there. I'm happy with that. It's a little bit thicker. Kind of like cream or melted ice cream. Not thick like applesauce, but thin enough that it's going to be able to swirl nicely. I'm going to set my stick blender off to the side. And now we're going to come back in with the white. When I do in the pot swirling, depending on how many colors I do, I place my color in different parts along the pot. For a one color swirl, I'm going to place it in 3 areas. Here, here, and here. So it forms almost a triangle. So I can just take my soap, and from high up, I'm going to pour about a third of it in there. I'm going to go down a little closer to the pot, do another third, and then I am going to get pretty close and do my last third. Almost the last third. I am going to leave a little bit in the top, or in the cup, so I can swirl the top. Now, why I poured from high up, kind of medium and low, is to get the color evenly, not only around the pot, but in the pot as well. When you're pouring high up, it's going to sink farther down. So now I know that I've got the swirl color towards the bottom, towards the middle, and towards the top. I don't know if you can see it here, but it is a little bit more evident. You can see some white there. Now, why they call it an in the pot swirl is because I'm going to do part of my swirling in the pot. I'm going to take my spatula, place it in to the pot where I had poured one of the colors. I'm going to go around the pot once and pull back out. And that is going to help the soap swirl when I'm pouring it into the molds. I'm just going to try to move a mold in here so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to check it quick, make sure. Okay. Just wanted you to be able to see what I was going to do. I'm pouring 2 logs today, so I'm going to pour about 3/4 of the way up the mold. Then I'm going to pour in the other mold, and then I'm going to come back. The first pour, when I'm splitting, I am just going to start in the middle and just let the soap move to the edges of the mold. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it right like that for now, and I'm going to do the other mold. I know you can't see this one, but I will be right back with you. Okay, now that I've poured in the other mold, let's see if I can get both in here. Okay. I am going to come back. I'm going to start at one end, and I'm going to pour right in the middle, move slowly down to the other end until it's full. That is helping the soap kind of swirl in on itself. I'm going to do the same thing in this one. And I got a little bit left over, so I'll go ahead and kind of do one more little pass. And I am not one to waste soap, so I am going to scrape out my bucket and pour it in. It always seems like I have one that needs this kind of like last little bit from the bucket to become even. Alright, so there's that. Now I'm going to take the white that I have left over, and I'm going to get really close, and I'm going to pour some lines back and forth. And the reason why I'm getting really close is because I've already got the swirl on the inside of the soap from the In The Pot Swirl part. This is just to decorate the top. So I don't want that soap sinking in. So by getting really close, it's just setting right on the surface. You don't have to be exact or perfectly straight with this because we're going to go back and do a little bit more. Sorry about all the beeps. I've got my phones down here and must be Facebook or Etsy or something. Now I'm going to take a wooden skewer and I'm going to start in one corner of the soap and I'm just going to go back and forth in a diagonal manner. And I'm just really using the tip of the skewer. I don't want to go down far again and mess with the In The Pot part of the swirl. Go back and do that with the other one. Now at this point, you can certainly leave it like this. I like to go back and kind of go in a little curly Q pattern to pull the white into a more curly type swirl. You can do straight lines across again, whatever you like to do for your swirls. This is just what I like to do. And that is what we're end up with. I'm going to slide these out of the way, and through the magic of batches I've done previously, be careful when you do this. This is still kind of liquidy. Through the magic of stuff that I've done earlier, I have some examples to show you. This is a lavender that I've done previously. You can see how the white is swirled throughout the bar. And here's the top. Again, backside. Each bar, of course, is different. Now, depending on how thick or thin your batter is, here's a lemongrass, the swirls can look different. This is one that tends to thicken up a little bit more while swirling. So instead of kind of curly cues, I get more kind of wavy swirls in there. And here's another version. The good thing about the In The Pot swirling is you do get color throughout the whole bar, from top to bottom. And if you're using a log mold or a slab mold, you can still, do stuff with the top. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, feel free to post a comment and I will answer when I can. Thanks.